I'm such a bad cameraman. You should do this. Hey everybody. I have some ripe bananas and no one will eat them. And I'm tired of making banana bread. So today I'm gonna try a Disney inspired recipe. I've actually never had it at Disney World. In fact, the restaurant where it comes from, I've never eaten at it. But oh my God, it looks so good and somebody sent it to me. So it is the Hummingbird Cake from Art Smith's Homecomin. And I really want to eat there. I've heard nothing but great things about it. But we're gonna try this cake. So I found the recipe because people tag me all the time on Facebook with Disney things. And someone tagged me with this one and I was like, I've never even eaten there. But then I looked at the ingredients. It looks really good. So I'm gonna try to make it today. A slight disclaimer before I begin this process. I'm not a cook. I'm not a baker. I'm pretty bad at all of it. So I am lacking some of the supplies needed to make this cake. Most particularly the sifter. I remember my grandma had a sifter, so I might need to adapt some things. Also, Tyson's here making fun of me. But you know what? We're stuck at home, bored. I have ripe bananas and I'm gonna vlog this hummingbird cake. Hope you come along with me. Just FYI, the recipe comes from disneyfoodblog.com. And I've got it here on the iPad to help me walk through this process of making a cake that's not from a box. And fun fact I just learned, Chef Art Smith, the guy who owns Art Smith's Homecomin or whatever, he actually made this hummingbird cake for Maya Angelou's 75th birthday. Okay, so I've got everything laid out. Looks like a hot mess. We have 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar. Thanks, Tyson. We're gonna need vanilla, baking soda, baking powder, some cinnamon, which I found the dregs of course, some bananas, vegetable oil, and some crushed pineapple. This is just for the cake, not for the icing. And this tells you how I'm not a baker. This is a cake that goes in 2 rounds and then you stack them, you know, make all nice layered cake. And I only own 1 of these, so I'm gonna have to bake the cake in 2 different parts because I have to use the same pan. And preheating the oven to 350. I have to start with mashing these bananas. Tyson, you wanna come peel these for me? You know your bananas are done when they just peel themselves. Ugh. I hate mushy bananas. Okay, here comes the part where I don't have a sifter, so whatever. So I'm putting the flour and the sugar. See, I'm sifting. Does anyone want to see the source of that noise? Tyson, I think they're mashed. Okay, back to business here. This is my sifter. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I guess I could Google how do you sift without a sifter, but I'm sure it's a process I don't really want to do. And if this cake doesn't turn out right, oh well. Pineapple. Oil, which is a cup. A whole cup of oil. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. Perfect. I think I forgot to mention eggs at the beginning, but you need 3, and that's exactly what I have. So yeah. Vanilla. I'm gonna smell like vanilla. Do not use an electric mixer. Pour into dry mixture and fold together the large spatula just until smooth. Do not beat. So before we fold our dry and wet mixtures together, I said you needed baking powder. I said you needed baking powder, but you don't. Interesting. So the directions said, do not mix this with an electric mixer. Just fold it in with a spatula. Just till it's mixed. You don't have to beat it. Oh my gosh. The banana and the pineapple smells like a tropical drink right now. I am wishing I had me a lapu lapu. You could also add pecans, however you choose to say it, to this recipe. But usually if I put that kind of stuff into things, my family doesn't like it. I think it's a texture thing. I would love me some pecans in here, but can you get that out of my old face, please? I appreciate Tyson helping me record because he's a much better cameraman than me. Just trying to get it to where I don't see any more dry flap. Really? And a view from down below. I mean, could you make me look worse? This is real life though, people. This is quarantine. Well, I found a big old bubble of dry flour. So now I have my pan, which I buttered and lightly floured. And I'm gonna pour half the mixture in here because I don't have 2 pans. So I'm gonna pour in half, bake it, pour the other half, bake it later. In between, I'm gonna make tacos. Here is the cake batter in the cake pan. I'm gonna open up this oven, stick her in. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Well, both cakes are out of the oven, and while they are cooling, I'm gonna go for a run. And I don't want to because it's freaking cold outside and I'm tired of running in the cold. But this will be my motivation. Coming back to make icing and eat this. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Finished my run. It was windy and cold, but now I'm showered and I am so ready to eat a piece of this cake. So let's make some icing. Okay, we're ready to make the icing, and all we need for the icing is 8 ounces of cream cheese that's softened, butter that's room temperature, 4.5 cups of confectioner sugar. This stuff, powdered sugar. That's it. Oh, and vanilla. Don't forget the vanilla. So the first thing we do is cream the cheese. Cream the cheese. Cream the cheese. Cream the cheese. And butter. Time to add the vanilla. It's pretty good. It's so much easier to open a can of frosting.
Yeah.
I guess there's merit in making it yourself and being like, I made it from scratch, but. So one thing I do have is a swirling cake platter. Because I loved I don't like baking, but I love decorating. And I used to make my kids' birthday cakes. And Shaylin went on a kick where she wanted those doll cakes. And it was so much easier to decorate the doll cakes when you had a twirling cake plate. So that's what I have. Can I start singing Ice, Ice Baby now? There she is, the Hummingbird Cake from Art Smith's Homecomin, a Disney-inspired recipe. Oh, she's thick. Yummy. All right, gonna taste it. Oh my God, it's so rich. Very dense, very moist, very rich. In other words,